What if I told you that owning two risky investments could, in some cases, be safer than owning just one? It sounds backwards, but this counterintuitive idea helped earn a Nobel Prize and changed how much of the financial industry thinks about building portfolios. In 1952, a 25-year-old economist named Harry Markowitz published a paper called Portfolio Selection. His insight was simple but powerful. Stop looking at each investment in isolation and instead look at how they move together. Here's the old way of thinking. You pick a stock, you look at its expected return, you look at how volatile it is, and you decide whether that trade-off works for you. But Markowitz realized this misses something critical. The missing ingredient is correlation. Correlation measures how two investments move relative to each other. It ranges from -1 to +1. At +1, two assets move in perfect lockstep. When one goes up 10%, so does the other. At 0, they do not move together in a consistent pattern. And at -1, they move in exact opposite direction. Here's where the key insight shows up. When you combine two assets that aren't perfectly correlated, something surprising occurs. The portfolio's risk can become lower than the weighted average of the individual risks. You're not just averaging the volatility, you're reducing it. Let me show you a concrete example. Imagine two assets, each with 10% volatility. If you split your money 50-50 between them, what's the portfolio volatility? If they're perfectly correlated, it stays at 10%. But if they're uncorrelated, it drops to about 7%. And if they're negatively correlated, it can fall even further. The expected return assumption has not changed. The risk has. That's the core idea behind the so-called free lunch of diversification. Markowitz took this insight and mapped out every possible combination of assets in the model. The result is called the efficient frontier. On this chart, the horizontal axis shows risk measured by standard deviation. The vertical axis shows expected return. Each point represents a different portfolio mix. The curved line at the top is the efficient frontier. Portfolios on this line are efficient. Based on the inputs, you can't get more return without taking more risk, and you can't reduce risk without giving up return. Any portfolio below the line is inefficient. In this framework, you could do better. Where you sit on the frontier depends on your risk tolerance. Conservative investors might choose portfolios on the left, accepting lower expected returns for lower volatility. Aggressive investors move right, taking on more risk for higher expected returns. There's no single universally correct answer, it's a personal choice. Now, before this sounds like a perfect system, let me give you a reality check. Modern portfolio theory has important limitations that investors need to understand. First, it assumes correlations are stable enough to estimate, but correlations change. In the 2008 financial crisis, many assets that had seemed relatively uncorrelated moved more closely together. Diversification became less protective exactly when investors wanted it most. Second, it relies on historical data to estimate future returns and volatility. But past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Your inputs are only as good as your assumptions. Third, it often models returns as if they follow a normal distribution. In reality, markets can have fat tails. Extreme events can happen more often than the theory predicts. So what's the takeaway? Modern portfolio theory gave us a powerful framework for thinking about risk and return at the portfolio level. Diversification is useful, but not perfect. The key insight remains valid. Assets that don't move together can reduce your overall risk. Just don't expect it to protect you from everything. Use it as a starting point, not a guarantee. And if you're studying for CFA exams, I'm also an instructor for UWorld CFA prep courses. You can get up to 25% off with code RYAN25 using the link in the description or pinned comment.